You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff with Virginia Paranormal Investigations.
And I'm Linda.
And I'm Moni.
Yeah, we got Moni in the back there. And once again, we have a series of investigations coming up this weekend. And our first one is in Virginia Beach, and that's where we're on our way to right now, where the residents are experiencing a little bit of activity where I think they're seeing some things move around, hearing some strange sounds. And we're really going to get more details when we get down there and find out what exactly is the extent of the activity. And then tomorrow, we're going all the way out to Winchester, the other side of the state, northern part of the state, northwest part of the state, for a investigation out there, for a return investigation. But we're going to keep you posted about what happens along the way as the sun's setting and we're venturing off into the night, per se.
Tonight we are at a residential investigation out in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we are in a very, very nice neighborhood. The house was built in the mid-1980s. And there's, at first glance, really no deaths in the house or anything that you would normally associate with a haunting. Now, the wife is military, and she is always deployed, so she's brought back a lot of things from overseas, and it could be one of these things that something is attached to. But it's only one part of the house that really they experience strange things in, the upstairs master bedroom. And sure enough, when you walk into this bedroom, it feels completely different than the rest of the house. You immediately get this sort of like stifled or choked feeling, almost as if you're trying to get a breath and you can't get a good breath, and your heart starts racing. So it's definitely an odd feel in that bedroom. Now she's had somebody in that was a clairvoyant who knew nothing about the house or the situation, and they pinpointed the same exact area, saying that whatever was up there did not want them there. So very interesting things going on tonight. So we're going to do an investigation, focus mainly on the living room and the master bedroom where things have occurred, and see if we pick up anything.
I'm hooking up the Connect in the master bedroom for the clients because they have had their bed skirts fly up at one point. The dogs would not go anywhere. At one point, they would not come down the stairs. What else was there that happened here in the hall? Just some activity going on in the hall with, I think there was also a shadow at some point, and a friend of the client's who is somewhat, I believe she said clairvoyant, stopped at the top of the stairs, was it? And said that something did not want them there. So we're going to hopefully capture something around the stairs in the master bedroom.
All right, so what I did is I set this fidget spinner that Jeff had purchased recently on the coffee table, where they've seen a little, like a toy car, matchbox car, move by itself. It started out in a stationary position and then just rolled. So what I've done is this one actually moves very easily. It's got a good weight in it. And I took and put it on this piece of notebook paper, traced around it, so that we can see if the position of it moves. Now, if you stomp around and move quite a bit in here, it's not enough vibration to actually move the thing around. I kind of messed with it a little bit to make sure that it was going to stay in that position. So anything that does move it is either going to be human, living, or non-living. So we have 2 figures on the Connect system. And right now, there's actually only 1 figure that should be showing. We're trying to figure out where the second figure is actually coming from, why it's there, because there's really no reasonable explanation unless it happens to be something like a reflection that's causing it. There is a mirror on that side, but this should not be able to pick up that mirror. So whatever it is, this tiny figure in the corner there,
Just went away.
It just disappeared.
yeah,
And there it's back again, dancing.
That might be me.
that might be her because she's actually there.
Yeah, but 2 times this little figure popped up in the corner right here, a full body figure next to the client.
Now, does it happen when nobody's in the room, though, or no?
No, we were in here, so we were going to try to leave the room, but we really need a camera on here because I don't want to miss this if it's, I don't want to miss this if this.
Might actually pick something up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we need to leave and maybe just leave the client in the room
Yeah.
or try both of those with no one in the room.
Yeah, I'm
the
thinking
client in
maybe
the
we'll get
room.
everybody out of the room and see what happens.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
do both of those.
All right, I'm Jeff,
I'm Linda.
and we don't mean to impose by any means, but we're here to ask some questions and see if there's anybody else here with us. If there is anybody else here, could you tell us your name? Could you tell us who plays with the toys in here on the table?
How old are you? Can you tell us how old you are?
We have a device on the table there. I was wondering if you could move that for us. All you got to do is lightly tap it, it'll spin around.
We really want to know what your first name is. Can you tell us your name?
Random check.
Did you live on this property or in this house?
Can you come near this thermometer again, this device right here, and change it for us? Oni, why don't you roll it across the floor, see if it rolls back to you.
Alright.
All right, here we go. I want you to roll this right back to me because I want to play. Okay? Roll it right back so we can play.
Well, here. Roll it to the ghost.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna roll it over here.
Can you roll it back?
Come on. Can't stand here all day. Come on.
Go around.
Now we heard that you might like to play with this car right here. Can you turn this car on for us and make it move across the floor?
Here it is. Okay, Jeff, we have the other one.
Can you make that drive for us? Can you drive it into the kitchen?
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening to me. I've forgotten.
Can you turn that temperature back down for us? Can you make it go back down so they're both the same?
We just think that is just so awesome you can do that. I'm not patronizing you, I mean it.
Absolutely. Can you make that go back down to 70 for us? Make those thermometers both the same? Or even if you can make the other one go up to 72. So some interesting stuff down here in the living room. One thing was with the thermometers. We had both of these thermometers set up side by side, and they both read the same temperature. They both read 70 degrees. And Moni asked if whatever was there could change one of the temperatures. And the one on the left, as you're facing them, hopped up to 72 degrees almost immediately when she said that. And then she asked again, can you take it back down? And immediately it went down to 70 degrees. So it was interesting that this happened pretty much right on cue with her asking for the change in temperature. Now we started recording and asked it to do it again, and nothing happened. And it stayed at 70. They both stayed at 70 for the longest time. And then finally there was a fluctuation again, where one went up to 72, and they stayed like that for a while. We tried various things. The car that we showed, they had said that this car had come on by itself, and it drove through the room. It drove from one room all the way through into the next room. So we left these cars down here. We left them with a camera on them, and we also set out a light meter just to see if there's any light anomalies at the same time as any of these cars might get activated or any of the toys that we left on the table get played with. So we're going to go upstairs to the bedroom now and see if we can pick up any activity up there. Your TV is not playing tricks on you at this point.
No.
But what is going on here, Linda?
She, being Moni, has brought this strobe light, and we were just kind of experimenting with it to see if, you know, it would affect anything or cause anything to happen. And right now, the only thing that it's affecting is me. So we're going to turn that down and figure out how to turn it off maybe while we're up here.
That's from
yeah.
Moni. Is that from your band days or what?
No, actually, it's not. Sorry. No, but I wish I could have had it. It doesn't turn off. You just have to unplug
Really?
it. Yeah.
No power.
There we go.
Okay.
Did you want me to dance a little?
With the strobe light on.
So what do you want to try here? Spear box?
Yep.
Headphone speaker?
You try it with headphones, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over.
Alright, so we got the spirit box going, and Linda's got the earbuds in, so she will not hear our questions. So anything she says, she won't be biased by in any way. It's just what she hears coming through the radio. I'm Jeff,
I'm Moni.
and that's Linda with the spirit box. Now, we've heard that there was somebody that walks around up here, and we'd like to know who that is and why perhaps the dog was afraid of you. Can you tell us who's up here with us?
Are you the one that likes to play with the toys downstairs?
What brought you here? Did something happen that brought you into this location, that drew you here?
Did you come up here and go to sleep?
Did people who lived here before, did they call you to this location? Did they do something that opened a door for you to come in here?
Can you tell me the name of the little boy that lives here? The one who has the toys? If you're really here, can you make Linda say her own name?
I don't understand.
Well, you can make her say her own name. You can be like her ventriloquist. If you say her name, she will hear it in her earphones through that device. You can talk to her. You can say anything you want. We came to visit you. And we want to talk to you. Can you please talk back to us?
So we wrapped up with our investigation down here in Virginia Beach, and we happened at a Wawa on the way out, and of course we got a lot of evidence to review and such from this investigation, and you know, that'll be at the end of the video here. But we found some interesting things at Wawa, some new items perhaps.
Yes.
And what do you got there, Linda?
These are called sourdough melts, and what it is sourdough bread, and it's got a variety of different meats that you can choose from. We both ended up getting the Italian sourdough melt, which looks extremely good. It's got all kinds of different stuff on it. But this is what I'm excited about. It's mac and cheese flavors is what they call it. Jeff got one that's buffalo, which I'm assuming is this that's more like of an orange shade. I got chipotle, which I think is probably going to be pretty amazing. So,
oh man, I'm pretty
yeah,
excited
really
about that.
excited about it, yeah.
And Moni, what did you happen to get over there?
I got myself a Coke, this time with flavors. Because the last time we stopped at Wawa, they were out of Coke, they were out of lids.
And now you got it,
I got
complete with a theme song playing in the background.
Right.
All right, let's eat before we get shot.
Okay.
All right, so here we go, tearing into this flatbread thing. I'm not sure what it's got on it. Tomatoes and some couple of different kinds of meat, I
Yeah,
guess.
spinach,
But-
yeah.
Mmm. Mmm.
You make that look really good. Linda, what if, you know how you see videos and there's orbs and people are talking about aliens and extraterrestrials and ships?
Yeah.
Well, and they show orbs in the sky. Well, what if orbs, Jeff, were really aliens? What do you think?
I think orbs are actually ghost farts. What if orbs are actually ghost farts? Maybe that's just the remnants of what you see. We have people complain that ghosts are in their house eating their food.
It's true.
If they can eat the food, they have to flatulate, right?
Right.
Maybe that's an orb.
What if, after they flatulate, that signifies the colors, the different colors of the orb signifies what they ate.
It could be.
What if all ghosts are really aliens? Everyone that thinks their house is haunted by the dead, their house is really haunted by extraterrestrials, disguising themselves as ghosts so that they can observe us up close at night.
What if the dark side of the moon had alien homes on it because they came from another planet that blew up because of nuclear things?
That would mean that it's always dark where they live. It's also always dark close to the North Pole. So what if all Norwegians are actually alien transplants that decided they just don't want to live on the moon anymore? So they came to Norway.
No, I think those are the, what is the other one? I can't think of the name of them.
The Danish people?
No, the other ones.
Swedish.
No, Polish ones.
It's also
Polish ones.
always dark at night when ghosts come out. So what if all ghosts are really aliens? So here we are in Pocosin at the 7-Eleven, and we stopped to get some lunch before we're heading out to Winchester. Got some pizza and some chicken wings. And these chicken wings are usually pretty good here, so
Yes.
we definitely like to do that. So our first stop after we leave here should be up in Fredericksburg. We're going to RV with some more members of our team, or another member of our team, I should say, and then off from there to Winchester. But we'll definitely keep you posted along the way.
Absolutely.
And tomorrow, we're heading out to Hillsville, Virginia, for another investigation. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
3 days off and 3 investigations.
Yes.
And perhaps we might actually make it to the Brown Mountain Lights this time before it's
that
over.
Would be cool, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But we're going to tear into these chicken wings. Maybe we'll show you what they look like. Let's do that. All right, so here we are. Look at those chicken wings.
Yeah.
Man, I got to say, they look pretty good.
They do. They look amazing. He said it's kind of a spicy barbecue sauce that they're basted in, and they just look amazing. They look really good. It's like they've got lots of seasoning in them. So it's going to be messy. I don't think we have any paper towels, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but something's going to happen. We're definitely going to get messy.
So what I'm going to do is I burned my mouth last time pretty good at Wings to Go. It lasted about a week, just healed from it probably a week and a half. But I'm going to look at the size of this wing. I mean, this is a good sized wing here. And of course, I'd like to go with the famous rotisserie bite. That's good.
I look awful. I shouldn't even done my hair.
Oh, the humidity.
The other night, I shouldn't even done it. It's all flyaways.
So we are currently at the Walmart. We came to pick up Kyle, and she's going to ride with us up to the investigation. And we're just debating on whether we need to go get batteries or not. But I don't know. We might not have to get any right this point. But looks a little bit cloudy. It's been kind of sprinkling off and on. We're hoping that doesn't dampen the events that we have planned for the evening. We were hoping to be able to walk around on this resident's property and see perhaps if there's anything physically located still there, left over from the old home site that used to be there. So should make for an interesting night, like I say, if we don't get rained out.
Wear my Fitbit.
And after they die, they'll continue.
Just put that on and I'll show you how to do it.
I can't.
But
You shake?
Should I pause
I
this?
am shaking. Yeah, I'm shaking, but I'm also left-handed. So
That could be.
we got a couple of different
Left-handed people often shake.
what's that? What's
Well,
that
I'm
feeling?
left-handed too.
Is it when your blood sugar goes low? You know that feeling?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
get-
yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh, yeah. I
experiencing
know
right
that
now,
very
and I
well.
just ate.
Yeah. Was the Kickstarter?
No. It's like this is pure like adrenaline feeling.
could find
Gotcha.
But when we were talking in the right here, does this have to be tight or is this good?
No, it doesn't. Oh, well, maybe.
I thought I heard a knock behind me, so I turned around when everybody was talking, and I didn't see anything, so I just ignored it. And just standing here,
See, here's your heart rate right now.
okay, I was trying to think of like where the house, like the energy, so to
It's
say.
125. 125?
Okay.
Okay, right now.
Is that accurate?
125, yes, it's accurate.
Is where it was pulling me, and
Here, let's
it was
show
like a
everybody.
vacuum. My energy just kept like or my
118.
I don't know why I'm so like worked up. My attention just kept going towards this door right here, and this was prior to you mentioning.
Well, the first time, this was my first investigation, and the first time I was here, I thought what I experienced was EMF waves, but apparently in our discussion, I realized that that's not what I experienced. I felt an extreme pressure on my head, and it literally so dizzy that I felt like I was going to fall backwards, and I had to grab something. But this is what the door that Kyle is talking about, that leads to the basement, where the client has also seen a woman in period clothes.
Don't say anything else because I want to get this. I want to get this.
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're here at the investigation in Winchester, I should say. And Kyle, she doesn't know what rooms the activity has happened in or the reported activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to have her kind of walk through and see if she is drawn to any particular room, see if she has any certain vibes, any sort of
I just got
sensations,
really dizzy.
any kind of room.
I just
because
got
she
really
doesn't
dizzy, too.
have any idea of where the activity is. So it's an unbiased opinion if any of these rooms have a creepy feel to them. So let's go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, I just got really dizzy too.
Did you?
In the head, yeah.
Well, this room.
Okay, and that's the basement. And that's where, as they said,
This is
he would see a
literally-
woman coming up carrying a basket.
It literally feels like, I know everybody's seen Donnie Darko. Where, you know, have you seen it? Remember that? Well, they picture this energy field. I know it sounds really funny, but it's like where the energy is pulling
Right,
you. And
right.
it's exactly what that feels like right now. It's like it's a vacuum and it just really wants my attention to go here. And I really want to,
Let's go down the hallway a little bit here and see, after you, an unbiased opinion, once again, of if any of these rooms have a creepy feel to them or what.
well, now I see that this is a bathroom, but for some reason my attention is being pulled into here.
Now let me ask you this, in any of these rooms, do any of them seem like they have a negative energy? Like, I guess you'd actually have to walk in to try stepping into any one of these rooms and see if there's any negative.
I don't know what rooms are there.
They're all rooms. Like
Are
this
we
is
allowed to go into that?
Yeah, we can go into. This is a bedroom. That's a bedroom, or that's an office. That's a bedroom. And just take a step inside one of them. See if you can get any kind of weird feelings or anything like that.
That's always cute.
What was that?
Just a bug.
Okay.
Big bug.
Okay, first, no.
No what?
No weird feelings at all
Okay.
coming into this room. I don't know what the significance of this room. But just looking at the bed for some weird reason, I felt like I was sinking. So I don't know if that has any type of significance. But my energy level, does that make sense? Just kind of felt like it
Just
was
kind of
lowering.
fell down. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
But I really, really want to get this picture out of my head real quick. Because I don't want to forget, and I don't want Linda to accidentally tell me anything. Or you guys. For some reason in the kitchen, I got a picture of a man, very, very large man. And I don't want to say lumberjack,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking very physical labor. Like think really random for some reason. I don't know why I'm going here.
Yeah.
Like a Norwegian.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Aren't they? That's the aliens,
Shut up.
right?
Shut up.
People are gonna know.
A Viking, right? A Viking.
Yeah, a
So
Viking.
I keep thinking like very physical labor. Of like a Viking.
Okay. He just said something about a freaking Viking.
Really?
I kid you not. He's been to a couple of psychics throughout his life, and a couple of the different psychics would say the same thing, like that there's something about a Viking warrior or like something like that follows him, or so there's something about that.
Wow.
And they also said there's some sort of curse on him, and he's
On Wayne?
On Wayne. They said, yeah, 2 different psychics told him that. So maybe you need to go and ask him about what he just said about the Viking and see if he can clarify it a little bit.
We're going to keep it dark in there. I know you can't see it on the video because we started running it before I even hooked up the light. Just because Kyle started having some certain feelings in the kitchen, so I wanted to start recording. But it's good that it's dark in there because she won't see what's in there either. So if she says something relevant to something that's in there, that's a good indicator right there that she's actually
Well-
picking up on something.
Well, I don't know because I don't want to say that I don't want to say that I'm feeling anything negative in here at all, but I keep thinking like there's a something. I don't know if antique is the right word. Like
Just something really old?
not Indian.
Hold on, let's see if she comes up with it.
Okay.
It's not Indian.
No?
I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think of it too hard.
Maybe.
It's heirloom. Maybe heirloom? is passed on generationally.
Mm. Okay.
There are,
There's a number of things in here.
Did I just say Indian?
Yeah.
there is an Indian if you look up
Yeah.
here on the thing.
But I'm thinking
Right.
like,
There is also, if I'm not mistaken, in this case over here, you probably can't see it. I believe there are Civil War somewhere in here, if I remember
Yeah,
right from
there-
last time. There are Civil War.
There's a point of a bayonet floating around in here too.
Yeah.
I
There's
was
a
thinking,
point of a bayonet.
I was thinking musket, but
Yeah.
I don't know where that.
He's this whole entire this thing is full of guns.
Okay.
That's his gun safe. And he probably does have some very old. Probably has heirlooms in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting
he's-
stuff.
He's got stuff, you know,
Let's go
passed
check out
down
this.
through the family.
Let's go check out this one more room. And we can turn on the light in this one because I don't think there's anything really to see, but make some room for Kyle to step in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, you got it.
Honestly, nothing
Nothing.
in my mind right now. Honestly, nothing.
What about that piece of furniture in the corner over there you looked over at? Get anything off of that?
I mean, it's heavy. The air is heavy right now, but you know that could be just environmental.
Right.
For some weird reason, because I'm going to acknowledge the fact that something is telling me not to acknowledge this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a block. Like I
No.
looked at it twice, and it's like I'm not supposed to look at that. So I don't know what the significance of that is.
Let me grab me.
What's back here? Can we go back there? Oh, well, obviously not. But do you know, is that just more storage?
Yes, we can get to it from the other side of the basement.
Yeah.
This is somebody's room.
That's the apartment, correct?
Yes.
You can try that one. It might be locked. If there's nobody living there, he'll come down and open it for us. Let's try going back around this way.
So right when you walk into this room, let me know how you guys feel. As soon as I hit about right here, I felt like my equilibrium completely just shifted and I wanted to go left.
That's exactly what happened to me, Kyle. Same place.
Was it same place?
Same place. Just standing right over here.
Yeah, this is interesting. This whole room is really like uneven feeling. Is there a light in here?
There should be.
If not, I'll light it up. I'll light it up for you. No, you can go first. I'll
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
yeah. Just in case there is any.
My balance, my stability itself feels better in here than it did in that room.
Yeah.
That room, I literally felt like we were walking completely off kilter.
Right.
Completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, my body itself feels almost normal in here.
Yeah.
So I don't feel dizzy or heavy, but for some reason I'm just really drawn to this corner of the room.
I don't know that there's anything. I mean, I don't know what's in that metal cabinet down
That's
there.
what, yeah, that's what my eyes keep looking at.
Yeah, I don't know that there is anything over there really. He does have antiques and stuff all over the place in this house, though. Lots of old furniture. Nice old rocking chair up there. It's kind of thrown up on top of the pile.
Oh wow.
I'd like to get a hold of a rocking chair like that. There's a ton of stuff, and it's really hard to walk around in here, but But I completely agree with you. It feels better in this room.
In this room.
It's always felt funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's literally like immediate. It's
Yes,
an immediate
Oh, yeah.
reaction.
it is.
That's what I had to do. I had to lean up against on the left side. There was a table over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to catch myself.
Yeah.
Same spot.
Well, I'm really curious. I'm really curious because I really feel like there's going to be a lot of communication right now.
There usually is in here. There's usually a lot of communication through the spirit box in this house. The EVPs we haven't really done a whole lot of, but I think we've cut a couple things through EVPs when we've been here as well. And now that we have a couple other forms, like maybe experimenting with the Dowsing rods, seeing if something like that's going to work for us, that may be another means by which to communicate. But we definitely have to take one of those full spectrum cameras, put it down here in the basement, since we have dim lighting, not very bright, but we want to keep an eye down on what's going on down here. And but in the apartment is where we got a lot of speaking, a lot of communication. That's where those two, the man and the woman, were talking, not only to us through the spirit box, but talking to each other.
Oh,
we could
really?
pick them up saying, one of them was like, oh, I'm really scared, but
Did you guys get cold?
the husband was
right
like,
now, is it the air conditioning?
yeah, I think it might be the air conditioning.
Sorry.
The husband was like, come on, let's go. And she was like, no, I want to stay. I want to see what's
that's
going on.
incredible.
And the husband's like, come on, let's go. And you could hear this whole conversation going on between the two of them, right there in the room with us. That was over in the apartment, as a matter of fact. So we got to see if somebody's living down there right now, maybe if he can let us into the apartment and let us investigate over there as well.
Spirit box.
Yeah, definitely.
So some interesting stuff walking around the house. We did a little different. We started out with someone who was unbiased and kind of went through the house with them to see if they had any strange feelings in any of the rooms. Because sometimes if you know where something happened, you're automatically going to get a strange feeling in that room because you've heard of a creepy story or of a paranormal report that happened in that room. So that was, I think, a good experiment to do, definitely.
Yes.
We're going to do some baseline readings now. Last time we went through here, this is a return investigation. So when Linda was talking about the spirit box sessions and such, we have been here before about a year ago, and we got some interesting results. So we're back again because there's some more. Kyle wasn't here when we came through before, so I just got to throw that in there. So it's not like she was here
never
before.
here. And she didn't even really know anything about it either. We hadn't really mentioned anything. Kyle, you hadn't even seen the video that we did on
No,
it last
Kyle doesn't watch any of our videos. I don't think she's even on our Facebook page. I don't know.
There's not that entertaining. So.
Right. But we're gonna get the baseline readings, see if they're still the same.
Yeah.
And one interesting thing, when we were coming down here, Moni was coming around the corner and she actually saw a ghost hunter. Right? What happened, Moni?
Ghost hunter. We have Kyle behind the camera right now. We have this doorway, but the wall next to the doorway just kind of stops. So I'm standing on the other side of that doorway, and she could see my arm down
And
here.
I was taking pictures
Yeah.
on the side.
She
It
saw
looks like it's
something
part of
moving.
a wall there. But something was moving, and I was like, what is that? And the closer I looked, it kept moving, and it was Linda's hair.
So there you have it, a real ghost hunter.
Are noticing that I got a new digital voice recorder.
Oh, that looks high tech. It's got a light up screen and everything.
Yeah, and I actually got this one on Amazon. Sorry, and I've noticed that the sensitivity, you can obviously change it around, but this is incredible. I was downstairs in my house and I could hear things that were going on upstairs on the second floor in the far east side of my home. Oh, wow. So I was pretty impressed.
So we are currently in the kitchen, and we are going to start investigating here. particularly because of what Kyle had said earlier about getting this vision of a very large man. She described him as some sort of like Viking, because he was so big, or perhaps she imagined like a lumberjack as well. So he could have been wearing some sort of flannel, something of that nature. But we also had spoken to the client earlier and had talked to him. A couple of the psychics he had spoken to in his life mentioned that there was something that was sort of following him, like almost like a Viking warrior. So the fact that these two things correlate is interesting, and we felt like perhaps this would be a good place to start, because this is where Kyle envisioned this image of this person standing. So we'll see if we can communicate. So we wanted to talk to you. We're not here to cause you any harm. We just want to speak to you and see how you are and who you are. Can you try to tell us your name?
Can you tell us what happened on this land in Winchester?
Can you hear us?
Try telling us your name. Is there a Michael here?
There's one.
Maybe. So we're down in the basement apartment that he has constructed down here, and right now there is no tenant here, so it's probably a good opportunity for us to get down here and run a little investigation. And this is actually the location where we caught a lot of talking back and forth last time, and that thing is whirling around. It just lit up.
I have to go get my phone.
We have, a couple of different devices, not only the EMF detector, but we brought the spirit box down here with us, digital voice recorder, and we are also going to play around with Kyle's toy here. We forget what the name of this thing is, a periscope?
The periscope.
Yeah, periscope. And it just lit up a moment ago, so we're going to watch and see if it lights up again. But very, very interesting responses the last time we were here. With some of the spirit box sessions that we did. So we're hoping again that we may get the same kind of responses. So the last time we were here, well, time before that, we were asking some questions and getting some good responses from someone. Is there someone here that might want to talk to us again? Somebody indicated that they might have been afraid of this. We just wanted you to know that you don't have to be scared. This isn't any work of the devil or anything meant to harm you or hurt you in any way. We just want to find a way to talk to you and find out why you're here and who you are.
We have this little device down here on the floor. Can you come near it? It may let us know that you're here.
My name is Kyle, and I would really like to know what to call you. Can you tell me your name?
I keep seeing movement back there. And at first I thought maybe it was like, how the back of a recliner, if it moves past something, like it blocks a little bit of light. At first I thought that's what it was, but I've been purposely sitting forward, and I keep being drawn to look out that door. There's somebody standing back there. I can't get a picture of who it is or what it is, but it's like somebody's lingering over there, watching us. And it's almost like I keep seeing shadows moving around, but not like a full shadow, like It's almost like something's blocking the light that comes across the floor in the crack of the door. Feels like there's a little bit of light pouring through there.
So a couple of interesting things here in the basement. I have to say there are a couple of things we didn't catch on video that may not have been necessarily something paranormal, but definitely something worth noting. When we were coming down the stairs, I had my hand on the railing and the EMF detector right there, and there was a spike on the EMF detector where there wasn't on our baseline sweep, just a quick spike. Could have been from something natural in the environment, in the atmosphere, natural electrical surge, but it's worth noting that it was there. It wasn't there during our baseline. And then when we came in here and we set the periscope down on the floor, it lit up for a minute, and that could have very well been from us just moving around and just setting it up, some of the static still clearing from the air, right? Mm-hmm. But throughout the spirit box session, there were some interesting responses that seemed to come through. The name Michael, at first glance, we used the speaker, and the name Michael seemed to come through. And this is interesting because this is a name that has come up quite a bit during our investigation of this location, even to the point where I got something that popped up on my phone a while back that had Michael's name in it, and it was sent from the number of the resident. Now, while I was sitting here on this couch, I was holding my phone in my hand on silent, and there was this loud ring that came from the phone. And it's a ring that I have never heard come from my phone before. I looked at my phone, there was no notifications up there, nothing up there, and double-checked it was on silent.
Think of the sound from like the late 90s when you had your house phone.
Slimline phones.
Yeah, in your home, the cordless phone, and it needed to go on a charger. You know that beep that it would make?
Right,
It was
exactly.
very
Or when
to
you push the button, the locate button,
Oh, yeah.
on the old cordless phones. That's exactly what
That's
it sounded
exactly
like.
what it was.
I've never heard that sound come from. Now, to me, it sounded like it came from my phone, and to Linda over here on the couch and everyone else, it sounded like it came from my phone as well. And
it was loud.
it was loud. I can't really explain that.
I actually jumped up from my chair and went to the other side of the room because it kind of gave me this spook because it was so unexpected and very loud.
Jeff, you look like you were about to drop your phone.
Yeah, because it was that loud.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like that come from my phone before. But something interesting near the doorway here, was there not? More of at least a sensation.
Yeah, absolutely. Linda and I both actually kept getting our attention drawn repeatedly towards this doorway out here, the one that's leading into the basement of the residence. I moved the periscope over by the door to see if we could get any spikes over there due to the the feeling that we got towards the door. But Linda had stated that she had seen kind of like shadows kind of passing by. Is that right, Linda?
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple times, and she kept looking in that direction just as much as I would turn my head backwards to look in that direction before. I think we both even noticed that we were both pulling towards that doorway over there. So that, I think, was kind of interesting.
Right. Like, there was kind of a constant sensation. Like, I saw both of them keep looking over here towards the doorway like someone being watched, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Scott? Did that happen to Scott?
I believe so. I have to double check on that, but I think
You did have something interesting
Moni
happen.
had something interesting
Yeah.
happen.
Just sitting on the end of the couch after all that happened, I just felt a vibration in my buttocks, and don't know why. Don't hear a train going by. You can't always hear the train, but
It was definitely beneath you.
yeah, oh yeah, I felt it right in my bottom.
Yeah, and I've heard Scott, I believe last time we were here, which I said was last summer, he described that as a butt spasm
Right.
that he had. Remember him talking about the butt spasm?
Right, yes.
So it's very interesting. But let's head on to the next location,
Let's go.
upstairs, and maybe take a break in between and kind of digest what we experienced.
I need to digest something.
Sheets. Yeah. So we're out here in the yard, and we have these dowsing rods that were given to us by one of our sponsors, the Magics. Perhaps God's gift to music, crafted in heaven and handed down to Scranton, PA. But we have these dowsing rods, and we've never really experimented with them before. We've heard a lot of success stories from other teams that have used them, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little experiment where I'm going to pull my hat over my eyes. I'm going to close my eyes as well under the hat, and I'm going to hold these, and Linda, Kyle, and Moni are going to spread out to where I don't know where they're going to be, and I'm going to ask these dowsing rods if they can point to the name that I give and see if it points to the correct person. Just to experiment with them. We figure this would be a good way to see if these we get any good results from them. Right? So I'm just going to stand over here. I'm going to pull my hat down over my eyes, close my eyes.
And now we're going to move around, right?
And you guys are going to move around, but don't talk because I don't want to know who's where.
Is Linda moving too or no?
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're all moving.
So at one point, guess we'll have to
so
switch.
I'm gonna,
Oh, wait,
I'm
never
gonna
mind, his
count
eyes are
down
shut.
from 5, and then I'll assume you're all in position. But don't say anything because I don't want to hear anyone's voice. I don't want to be biased at all because we hear that one way that this is explained is it works off the subconscious. So if I subconsciously know, or if I know where they are, I could subconsciously cause them to point to that direction. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm holding the dowsing rods up, and I'm going to ask, could you please point to Moni? Okay, could you please point to Linda? Could you point back to Moni? Can you point to Kyle? And end. So what kind of results did we get?
Very good.
What kind of results did we get?
In my first opinion, I think we need to do it again. Maybe wait a little bit longer in between to let the rods themselves either figure themselves out or
Right.
steady.
Right.
Because if it does go on subconscious mind, your subconscious answer would have been with Linda was where you last saw Linda.
Right.
Subconsciously. If
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
Because
That's
it got me. It was working to me. They just weren't settled yet, and it got Moni both times you asked.
Yeah.
Initially, Linda was standing on the far left, I was in the middle, and Kyle was on the right. I stayed in the middle during the test, and Kyle and Linda switched places, but I didn't move.
But Linda went far away.
Yeah, I went all the way out to Jeff's left-hand side. So when he initially asked point to Moni, they pointed to Moni. Then he said point to Linda. They did not swing over to where I was. They actually pointed back to where I used to be standing.
Yes.
So then he said, point to Moni again, They went back to Moni. Then he said point to Kyle, and they sort of swung around a little bit to Kyle.
One
They didn't
for sure.
Yeah,
They didn't
One
both.
not
came,
so
but
much.
one was like still kind of settling in
Right.
its decision. So maybe wait a couple extra seconds.
What I'll do is I'll reset them. I'll put my hands down by my sides and put
Okay.
them back up
Yeah.
again.
Why not? It might work.
And then we might want to try it with somebody else, too,
Yeah.
holding the rods as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Can you point to Linda? Can you point to Jeff?
Yeah, because you said, can you point to this person, and it would cross like yes. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's because I'm asking a question.
Maybe. Yeah, because it is a yes or no question technically.
Yeah.
Now, when you did say, can you point to the car? Well, the one of them, I think in your left hand, did swing around and pointed to that car.
It did.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Kind of strange. It didn't
Maybe-
exactly work perfectly. Right. Point in the direction of Kyle. point to Jeff. So what happened?
It just seemed to cross a lot.
Yeah.
And then it didn't seem to point to the right. It pointed at, I think, me when you said Moni. And
Yeah, and
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be working.
yeah. Well, we got to keep trying next time.
absolutely.
I think maybe your mind needs to be comfortable too.
Yeah, there could be something about that, yeah.
It could be that they're new to us.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, like comfortable with the object.
So we're in the guest room where the guest was held down when he was staying here one night, and people have gotten some of our investigators have reported getting headaches and such in here as well. So we're gonna experiment with the dowsing rods just to see what happens, see how they correlate with the spirit box and the periscope that's going down here and the EMF detector. So several different means that a spirit could perhaps let us know that he's here. And we're going to look for secondary evidence, not just one thing going off, but a couple of things together maybe. I'm Jeff,
Linda?
Kyle.
Moni?
and we don't mean to impose or to be here unwanted by any means, but we'd like to know if there's anybody else here with us. Are you okay with us being here? Would you like us to leave?
Hard to handle.
Are you someone other than Michael?
Trying to draw my attention over here. Keeps pointing at me and pointing back over here.
Do you think so?
What? Can you tell us what's over there that you're trying to draw our attention to?
Camera just went out of focus.
Try zooming a little bit and then zooming back out.
Oh, it's in oh, wait.
What's over there? Are you over there?
What happened over here? I heard you were having some problems with the drink cups or something like that?
No. No, I was trying to figure out how to take the mustard off the order that I had. But I did not realize I could make it, choose from a different menu, and make it all myself.
So we wrapped up our investigation out here in Winchester, and some interesting stuff in that last room we were in,
Yes.
especially with the dowsing rods. I'm not sure what to think of them, but it seemed like they were pointing. First we thought they were pointing at Linda and then to the door, telling her to leave, and then we thought maybe they were pointing to this cross that was on the wall
Right.
and implying that we should get that cross out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's Moni coming out with some food. And Linda, what'd you get over there? It looks like you got something.
I got a quesarito. I've had this before. It's quite large. You see the size of my hands, comparatively speaking, it's huge. But you can get a variety of different things in here. You kind of choose your meat, and then you decide whether you want the black beans inside the burrito or on the side. And then there's other toppings and things you can choose, but very good, usually extremely good.
I got the made-to-order burger, and you can take a look at this. It's got some pepper jack cheese, bacon. I think there's bacon on there somewhere. Yeah, I see some sticking out the side. It's got some jalapeno poppers. It's got some jalapeno ranch spread, some fire roasted tomato spread. It's got some tomatoes. It's got some jalapenos. and some black olives. And I can't wait to tear into this burger right here, because I have been thinking about this thing all night.
I got a made-to-order burger.
Oh yeah, with a
Yeah.
on the everything bagel.
An
I
everything
see.
bagel. That's my
I
favorite
recognize
bagel.
that from the menu.
Toasted.
We had a residential.
That's pretty cool.
I got black olives also.
Oh, that's good.
About maybe 10
Now,
miles.
Kyle, it looks like you got the
northwest
big
of here.
salad.
I did, but I actually
Is that a
also
meat
got.
salad?
You know.
I got
Is there meat in
Oh
that
yeah,
salad?
yeah.
It's not a meat salad.
Website.
First,
We're
I-
also on YouTube.
I got
we do all
some
of our
chicken
investigations.
strips, and they were really good. They're gone already.
Oh, they're gone.
They are, and this is not
Instagram.
sadly a meat salad, but it is a taco
Yeah,
salad,
look up Virginia
and it has a
Paranormal
little bit of
and you should
everything
find
on
it.
there.
Didn't
so.
something happen with the cups?
Yeah, I went to get. I feel really bad. I went to get a cup, and I got my cup of beverage, whatever. And I swear it was like 2 minutes later, but nobody else was near the cup machine or cup dispenser, so you say. You hear this noise. It's like, pop, 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 pop. And I look over, and there's probably like 40 cups just shooting out of the cup dispenser.
Oh,
Dispenser on the ground.
On their own.
And I don't know how that happened.
Was it a ghost or was it Kyle?
It's a good question.
It seems to happen a lot though, where when you go places, things fall over
It does. It does.
or spill.
You're right. Yeah.
So how's that schmonster?
It
As
is
was
very
formerly-
good. Yeah, that's
formerly
what they
known as
used to call
schmonster,
them.
I believe.
Yeah, I guess they got to be more politically correct, you know, but it is extremely good. Very, very good. Nice and hot. All the ingredients are all fresh. Perfect.